Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. How are you guys doing today? I hope you guys are doing well. So I'll be checking out this video from Turning Point USA, and it's titled Candace Owens honest message to gender studies major. You guys, I'm excited to check it out. Leave your thoughts in the comment section down below, and let's see what Candace Owens have for us in this video.
What you guys are living through is such a unique time in this country. I would say it's an awful time to be a college student. Like when I was a university student, I was a liberal. My best friend in the entire world was a conservative. Her family was conservative. I used to go up for dinners with them. Like every weekend we'd drive out to Massachusetts because I went to school in Rhode Island, and I'd have dinners and I would debate her dad, who was a conservative, and I'd say all the liberal things and how could you not think that, you know, immigrants deserve a life, whatever it was, and it was all cool. There was no name calling. There was no you're a this, you're a that. So I just want you guys to be aware of that, knowing that the experience that you guys are having in classrooms has been radically transformed since the time that I went to school. So I graduated high school in 2007, not that long ago. I'm not exactly a dinosaur, but college campuses have completely shifted. The majors that you have were not available. I was shocked going through the catalog and seeing, wow, they're just making stuff up. They're having fun. I feel like they are having fun deciding what programs to allow students to just burn their cash on. I think that's an accurate way to say it. I mean, why else would you go to school and major in something like gender studies? And I'm not saying that to discount the fact that somebody might be interested in the subject. I'm just saying, realistically, have you paused and considered, if you go to university for 4 years and you accrue debt? I'm assuming a lot of people here took out student loans. Like I took out student loans.
Of course.
When I was in school, it was about $35,000 a year out of state. So I'm just thinking, what kind of a person would be encouraged to go to university, to spend that kind of money, to potentially come out of university with 6 figures or close to 6 figures of debt, like I had, and not really realize that there's not really a job that you can take with that sort of a major. What is the job? What is the job? You say, I've studied, I got all A's, amazing, I did so great, you know, I studied gender studies. What do you do with that degree? You go out into the real world. Seriously.
That's
I'll
a
ask
good
you guys
question.
a question. When, by a show of hands, who has ever been in a situation when they've been like, I really need a gender studies major here to sort this out? No one.
No one.
No one ever.
That's
it's a
true.
complete and utter scam. That's what you are. You are actually actively being scammed, and you're not going to realize it until you get out into the real world and you find that actually the only job that's going to be available for somebody that takes up that sort of a major is to go right back into the ecosystem. A professor, right? A professor and teaching the same subject that earned Juno money to other students.
Yeah.
I actually think that people should be outraged by that. And by the way, people are outraged by that. What ends up happening is a lot of these students go into the real world, they find that they can't take a job, and they can't find a job, they can't earn any money because they're not actually creating a meaningful job. Like they're not actually doing something that people need, right? And they learn very quickly what the free market suddenly means. Maybe the economics courses that they weren't taking, suddenly they recognize it when they get into the real world and they go, boom, now I have all this debt, I can't get a job, and I'm angry. And they're not quite sure who they should be angry at, right? And then they look at somebody like somebody that they went to high school with who didn't go to university, and instead that kid who was basically trained to believe that he was going to be a loser, because we all feel that pressure. I definitely felt that pressure. That's why I signed up for so many ridiculous student loans to go to university. Go, go, go. Even if you don't know what you want to do, sign up and just go. You'll figure it out when you get there. You got your guidance counselor telling you that. The entire society is sort of blaring to you that if you don't go to college, then you are a failure. And then there's that one kid that didn't listen to that, and maybe he went to trade school, right? And that kid has therefore no debt. He immediately started working. Maybe he fixes, I don't know, air conditionings. And now he's the person. And let me tell you something. If you live in a place like I live in Tennessee, you will pay any amount of money if your AC goes out in July or August. And
That's
it goes
true.
on months. Suddenly that guy's making 6 figures. He's got no debt.
Imagine.
And then you weigh that against the people who are convinced that they're getting the education, that they're supposed to be so much better than this person who have massive amounts of debt. You know, it's a total flip-flop and it's a scam.
Wow, you guys, that was such an interesting one from Candace Owens. And this is why Charlie Kirk is always hinting on the fact that college is a scam. Because if you go off to college to read this kind of courses that people do not even need in real life, you end up being miserable. You end up going to school all in debt, and there is no job out there that you need to take to pay off this loan that you have taken to fund your education. Then the person now becomes so miserable that they don't even know what to do. And I totally agree with Candace Owens on this. College is not made for everybody. Everyone is not supposed to go to college, no matter the kind of societal pressure, family pressure. If you are not equipped to go to college, don't even go there, because there are a lot of people that I know in real life that didn't go to college or university like we call it over here, but they are very, very successful because they started business when they were young. And before the guy that went to college is back from college and starts to look for a job, that person that went to learn a trade has gone so far in their business. And this is the reason why Charlie Kirk has always preached about college being a scam. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Would you take a loan to go to college and major in gender studies, or you go and study something like engineering, something that you know that when you go out there into the real world, there's a job market waiting for you? Let me know your thoughts. Leave it in the comment section down below. And if you have any video suggestion that you want me to check out, please please drop it in the comments. And if you want to support this channel with a super thanks, I really appreciate that. And I'll see you all in my next video. Bye guys.